Hello, hello. We are back with Crow Inquisitors. Who do we want to jump over to? Josh, or do we want to jump over to Store, or do we want to jump over to Caspian?
I mean, we could do both pretty easily. We'd be in the same.
That's true. Thing is, I haven't mentioned in the Crow Inquisitors camp that they're getting near to the place yet.
Right.
Which I was hoping to do before we went to your
Yeah, because the timing of it
stuff.
theoretically is that they're supposed to be within a pretty close march before.
Right. So basically what I was going to do is after this trial was over, I was going to have Antonius mention, like, we're almost there kind of a thing.
Right.
So maybe let's actually just go back to Siegfried for just a little bit and just see like how that follow-up happens there. So you leave the tent, right, and you have all your stuff.
Yes.
But you notice that one of the kits is still missing.
Which one?
I'm gonna look right now because I don't remember what
The makeup kit
had.
My strategy book. I have like 5 kits. I don't even
You
know.
have a lot of them, yeah.
Oh goodness.
My
Your alchemy
strategy.
kit.
No, I like that one.
Which of your
Your alchemy kit is still missing. It wasn't there when you ransacked the tent.
Yeah. I didn't ransack it. I was very polite.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you just go back to your own tent? Put your stuff there?
Do I have telepathy with my spirit meerkat?
Let me double check. Let's see. Spirit familiar. You feel the pain of your familiar. You can look through its senses.
I mean, I'm sure we have telepathy, though. It just wouldn't make sense not to at that point.
No.
Darn.
Yeah, it just says so you can see through their eyes.
All right. I look through his eyes and see if she has my alchemy kit on her.
Right, okay. Well, I mean, I guess I'll have your meerkat make a perception test.
Remember, it's a spirit meerkat, so it has
Yeah.
better perception than a normal one.
I think it probably has pretty good perception.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, crap. Wow, we got 5 successes.
Dude, my meerkat's
Yeah,
awesome.
so meerkat's pretty good. Yeah, so your meerkat does notice. Yeah, it looks like she has. So he kind of like scurries through the crowd, right? So we get this little scene of this meerkat like popping up and then like just going like through the crowd and then popping up. And he what does your meerkat look like, by the way?
A meerkat?
Doesn't it have some sort
He
of
has,
like?
he has tiny shoes.
Tiny shoes, right? He has little shoes. Okay, does he have shoes on just his feet or his hands and his feet?
Oh man, no, he has gloves on his hands. He's not a savage, and he has like he has like fancy butler gloves.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Got like the white Michael Jackson glove.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you, the meerkat's like going through the crowd, and yeah, like it pops up like pretty close to her, and yeah, you see that she's fiddling while she's like watching the procession. She's the court. She's fiddling with like a little vial of clear liquid, and yeah, you recognize it as one of your bottles. So she might have the stuff on her. Yeah.
Yeah. Is the case still going on at this point?
Mm-hmm.
For story purposes, I'm going to say I have my initials carved in various places on all of my stuff.
I guess that seems like something you would do. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, so I'd also want to craft explosive glyphs onto it if I could, but not until I get the binding magic.
Yeah, no.
All right. So, I mean, I can't really just beat her up there.
I mean, when you could. Well, you
I mean,
could attempt
yeah.
to.
You're hoping to beat her up somewhere else.
I'd probably just wait for Cantarius at that
Your
point, and then I'd
meerkat
bring
is
it
more
up to him.
perceptive than 90% of the human population. Just have your meerkat steal it.
But it's a meerkat.
Yeah, with 6
There's enough-
perception. Clearly,
there's
it's not
enough-
a normal meerkat.
There's enough stuff there that it might be pretty hard to. It would have to like take it like one vial at a time.
Oh, okay. But hey, you have
No, I want him to go dump a vial into the other vial and make it explode. I want him to like bump the liquids.
Ah.
You're gonna kill your meerkat.
No, he's a spirit meerkat. It's fine. He'll just come back. He can't die.
Yeah, so I guess you kind of do have telepathy with it. It must like, or some sort of like, yeah, it's like sensory like impulse that you can send to him to like for your wishes. So yeah, I mean you could have it go over and attempt to Oh, wait a second. No, I have to make that roll again. I mean, I won't because I don't want to retcon it, but it actually has the stats for the meerkat right here. It has the stats for it, and it would actually only have a G3 perception.
Oh, because it's a spirit animal.
Yeah.
Where did you get stats for that?
It's in the book, Bramo Codex.
Really?
It's in the entry for the trait.
It has it for spirit meerkats. That's pretty.
Whoa,
Well, it's every familiar has the same stats.
Okay.
So let's see if what it would have gotten. It would have gotten 2. But I mean, yeah, whatever. It already happened. So, yeah. So you just have it go attempt to mix something in the bag.
I mean, like, is she standing up doing it, or?
Yes,
Okay.
she's standing in the crowd.
Yeah, like mix something in the bag to make it explode. I can just get a new alchemy kit, right?
No.
Oh.
Out in the middle of the desert, that might be
Yeah.
a little.
The town you're going to, you probably could get one there.
Make it barf green smoke.
Yeah, Whitesea probably has,
Gosh.
right?
You can't do that. I mean, you can make a barf green smoke, but it wouldn't be the green smoke.
But would it be similar enough to
No.
make Cantarius have flashbacks?
I mean, yes, but you wouldn't know that.
That's terrible.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't. All right, yeah, just make it explode.
I mean, to be honest, that would be a pretty good set piece.
It would be
If
really
it-
bad if it exploded, to be perfectly honest. Alchemy is alchemy. You
Yeah,
don't
you would
just
actually,
mix
you'd probably
stuff.
like kill people.
You would
if you
blow. You
Oh,
would probably
okay.
mutate
did that. Blow
people.
our
Yeah.
hands off.
And
Blow
I,
people's hands
I
off.
guess I don't want to ruin my alchemist kit, so
Greek
I'll go with
fire
Greek
in the middle of this
smoke.
trial.
That's the reason.
Yeah, I'll do
Hey,
green
no,
smoke.
I'm cool with Greek fire in the middle of Cantarius' camp. Go wild, do it.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're not even hard, David.
Blow it up. Blow it up.
I mean, would Connor have like asked me about, is like, oh hey, you know a lot of magic stuff. Would you have told me like, hey, green smoke, do you know about it?
I
Does
really
anybody
doubt
know
it.
you know magic stuff?
Would any of them?
No.
No one.
Barely anyone's talked to you in this camp.
Darn.
You have an aura.
I mean, they
of
hired
dude.
me.
Intentionally
Yeah.
to do magic and stuff.
Oh, but Josh, what about your character, man?
He's
My
not in the
character's
camp.
never met you. He probably would hit you with a hammer if he did meet you.
Darn.
Well, that's rude.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you do then?
Green smoke.
You wanted to get it to just like pour like weird smoke out of?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. I guess this would be a.
I mean, this would be my alchemy skill versus
No.
because he's not using his
Oh,
knowledge
right.
of alchemy.
You can help the meerkat with alchemy.
Okay.
So what it's gonna roll. It's basically gonna roll. Its agility
Got it.
because it has to do with like being able to finally think. Actually, first it needs to roll speed. Because it needs to sneak. So let's see how that goes.
Yes.
Okay, 3 successes. I gotta open up Ludwita's character sheet and do her observation if she has it. Oh, she doesn't. I think we just
Yeah.
did that, yeah. So it would just be her perception, which is 4.
But his success is double since it's sure is untrained, right?
But he's only using a stat anyway,
Oh,
so it's a
never
stat on
mind.
stat. So I think I'll just break the tie in the lemur's, or not the lemur, the meerkat's favor.
Yeah, lemurs. No.
Because it's really small. I think that makes sense that it would be able to go kind of like sneaky
Okay.
over there. And then let's go ahead and make it roll a agility test to see if it. So the failure condition here is that it will cause something to explode.
But smoke.
No, but that's the thing. If he fails,
Oh, okay. Oh, I should have just said that from the beginning because either way, I win.
I'm adding a dice for your alchemy. Ooh, I should have said a difficulty.
Let's say 7.
Let me double check the alchemy skill.
What are you trying to have him do again?
Make it pour smoke out, ominously.
A failure condition is that it explodes.
He just bumps into it and they all mix.
Yeah.
I think it was an ob 2. Yeah. I think it was
Darn.
ob 2, so I think it succeeds. Yep. Looking at the obs in the book here.
Just have it create the green gas disease thing.
But I think, yeah, green smoke starts pouring out of this lady's bag, right? This green smoke starts like curling over and just like misting around. But then we cut to Cantarius again, and the thing that's happening inside the tent. So you're talking to this lady, this 16-year-old girl. What did you want to ask her? You're muted. You've been muted this entire time. Have you been saying things?
I think so. I honestly don't remember now. No, okay, so I asked her if she was also like involved with Raiden. Because that's where I think that was going.
Right. I mean,
I'm like,
obvious. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way. I think she wants him alive because she's in love with him.
All right. She says no, and you can tell that she's lying.
Really?
Yeah.
What is
hang
the
'em all
punishment
and
for
get
a
it
false witness?
Well, I mean, she didn't say this in court. This is just a personal conversation, right?
Well, yeah, no, but I mean, but I'm the leader of the, and then there's a guy right with me.
He basically
what's
just
his-
died to her immortal god king, so really, he should probably just die.
I mean, it's up to
What-
you. What
what
is the
part of-
punishment?
What is this, David?
What, Connor, what's the punishment?
Hey, I made
don't
this
know.
cult, remember? No
For lying
question.
to you.
For lying to me or lying to the entire congregation?
I mean, she lied. She only lied to you. She didn't lie
You're
to
in
anyone
the
else.
tent, remember? I wasn't even
Oh,
here
but
for
she's-
that. I know it, 'cause
But
it was
she's being a false witness. She's saying that
She's not.
he's a
she's
good
not
guy.
you guys aren't in the court right now.
That doesn't. Yeah, she believes that he's a good guy. Like she wasn't lying in
That's
any of the
true.
things that she said. It's just there was an ulterior motive.
You just conveniently omitted some really important stuff.
Yes. I mean, if there's a punishment for lying to you, then that's fine. But
There would be if it was Dylan. Come on.
and this is why Dallin was not did not go out into the desert to lead this cult because it would have ended horribly.
There wouldn't have been a cult left.
He would just kill them all.
It would have gone so straight to
One
his
by
head,
one.
it would have been terrible.
Yeah, it would have been horrible.
You know that the punishment for lying to a leader is 3 lashes.
Like 3? That's pretty tame.
She pales.
I'm just saying.
Okay, David.
She pales.
No,
Before David,
What?
She
mute yourself.
she
have you
pales
been
and quickly
lashed
looks.
before?
Go ahead. Sorry.
She pales and quickly looks down, and she says, "I'm so sorry. Please have mercy."
I do.
That was easy.
So do you ask like a follow-up question?
Is the only reason you said that he should live is because you were in love with him?
It looks like she's almost about to say no, and then she sighs and then says yes.
Nemo?
I do think he's a good man, though.
Your emotions are clouding your judgment. I am not saying that I will kill him. That is yet to be decided. But everything you said on stand will be what's the word? Void.
Dismissed.
What did you say, David?
I said dismissed. I was just trying to.
Yeah.
Dismissed.
She pales again, head down. I'm so sorry.
You were forgiven. I turn to walk away, and then I pause, and I'm like, too simple. And I turn back around.
Mm-hmm.
What's your name?
Her name
Take your time.
is Rumella.
Rumella. Rumella. Please. Do not fill your life with worthless men. Find one of good respect. Find one that is honorable. And treats everyone like a princess.
Everyone.
Everyone. No, I don't say that. I don't say that. That's just a side reference. Oh my gosh. Okay. The webcam is on the ground. Anyway. No. So I tell her, find someone that treats everyone like a person. And not just those he desires. Will you consider what I have said?
She nods.
And remember that whatever happens here, do not blame anyone else. Blame the one who committed the crime. Do not hold ill will against anybody here. Me, the victim, your sister, yourself. The blame is Raiden?
Raiden. Riety.
Riety.
Actually, let's
The
just
blame
go
is-
with Raiden. I actually like that better. Let's do Raiden.
Okay. The
Oh,
blame
yeah,
is
lightning
Raiden's
powers now.
and Raiden's alone. Sorry?
What?
Is this Mortal Kombat now?
Yeah, he has lightning powers now.
I knew that, but
Yeah, okay.
The blame is Raiden's and Raiden's alone. And whatever happens is justice, not vengeance.
okay. So I mean, there's a role here. What are you trying to like? You're trying to convince her of these facts.
I just wanted to make better decisions in life.
You're trying to make better decisions in life. All right, that's a persuasion test.
Want to go home and rethink
Persuasion.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're trying to convince someone to do something because it's in their best interest. Unfortunately, you do not have the skill of persuasion.
No, I did not. I don't think I've ever tried it.
You have. You've tried it twice. Yep. It's on your being learned right now. It's against her will, which is going to be 4. Unfortunately, that doubles to 8.
Yeah, you shouldn't have told me the I want to do a different thing now.
Okay, that's fine. That's, yeah, if
That sounds like what you're doing. I mean, I can't think of what else you do besides like. I mean, you're
and
gonna.
that's the thing. You did it, right? You said the words, so you have. There
Yeah.
has to be like a thing that happens here.
Add or I'll kill you at the end, and then you can roll intimidation.
Like again, you phrased it like persuasion, right? Like every part of that was.
Can I?
Persuasion.
Is this not philosophy?
No, you could fork it in if you had the skill, but unfortunately, you do not.
I have philosophy.
No, you have to have persuasion. You have to have the
You
skill.
fork it into your-
Oh, to fork. I
Yeah.
understand. Dang it. But like literally, this makes
this is
me
the-
terrible
if-
now though, because she's not gonna make the right decisions because I failed this persuasion test. This is how this game works. She's literally going to be a menace to society. And
Congratulations,
because
your
I
failed
can't
rolls just ruined
receive
your
a
life.
persuasion
And now you
Yes.
know why Alphonse made a character with a great persuasion, and I made a character with a great sword, so that we would never be in these situations.
You could phrase it differently, Connor, and order her to. Right? You can make it a command instead. You have that skill.
I just want to say it and not be responsible for a failed roll.
I just want to do it.
You can spend Artha on it. You have a whole bunch of Artha to burn.
I know, but I don't want to spend Artha on this one girl when I'm about to go up against an entire city.
Just
Fair.
let her make bad mistakes with her life, okay?
No.
It's
Make it roll
actually-
persuasion or what?
I am.
Besides, this is Burning Wheels. She could totally do
what
it. Yeah,
happens-
you're right, but now I hate you forever. Like,
Yeah.
it have to be
What would be the consequence if I failed this roll?
So your intent is to convince her to what exactly? Not go out with bad people, right? Like find like to be very hesitant in getting into a romantic relationship unless she knows for sure that the person is like a man of good character. Is that
No.
the intent? What's the intent?
No, I just wanted to make better decisions in life.
Okay, so just make better decisions in life in general.
Mhm.
If she fails, she sleeps with the first person she sees.
Okay, no. If
oh,
I
that's gonna be
because
Cantarius.
I'm nice, and I think because these are the 4 is the base. That's her will is the base. But I think this is a believable thing to say to her. I will lower the op to 3, which still doubles to 6. If you fail, she will like. She's not gonna outright rebel. She's not gonna just like go be. She's not gonna like immediately like do a hard left turn and be a horrible person. But she's not going to believe you. She's still going to be in love with Raiden, and whatever happens to him will kind of decide where she goes next, right? Like if he's still around, then she'll probably try. She'll still see seeing him and probably having sex with him. If he dies, she'll take you personally responsible for it. Like she'll probably hate you. If you burned a couple Artha on this, you would have a very good chance of succeeding.
By which he means it's technically physically possible.
Yes. You'd have a chance of succeeding.
But you'd also be wasting Artha on a stupid teen who's just gonna make other stupid decisions anyway.
Just
Okay.
do it!
Should I put the ob as 3 or 6?
Ob is 3.
David's trying to get you to spend
It'll
all of
double
your Artha.
automatically?
It will automatically double, yeah.
Quiet, you.
Here's a 6.
That's rough, buddy. Yeah, you can spend the fate.
You just have to get 3 6s. You can do it.
Nope.
That's not a 6.
Ooh, so close. So close.
That's so annoying.
So I'll mark that
The
below on
burning wheel
persuasion
against
for
Theo.
you. Mark 1 fate and 2 persona in your will. Yeah, and so she nods, right? She's super compliant. She's nodding. She's like, yes, of course, and then she leaves. And I think
Do I know?
I think you even know, right? Like just by the way she leaves, like she's like, she did not like. She didn't like. It's not that she didn't believe you in the moment necessarily, but it's the fact that she won't. This moment will not have a lasting impact on her life.
She's a teenager, and you're more than 1 year older than her. She's not close to you.
Fair. Yeah, and Nadimo kind of like looks at you sadly, and she says, and he says, "I'm sorry, Cantarius. We can't save everyone,
Being a leader sucks, bro.
especially from themselves."
That's the least I can do, I suppose.
I think Nadima was probably one of the people who in your inner circle of people who like know that you're not actually buying into this cult, but have come out of the cult and are helping you make these people into better people now. Yeah. So do you go back out into the court
No, I
proceedings?
continue my conversation with Adebo, and I ask,
Okay.
is this my fault? Is the decisions that she is going to make based off of the fact that this man deserves justice? Is it my fault if he dies and she turns against us?
You told me once that we do the right thing no matter the cost, and the rest will sort itself out. You told me that, Cantarius.
I love the voice.
You know that I would follow you to the ends of the earth, if I had to. In the name
Look around, Nadimo.
in the,
We're in the desert. This is the end of the earth.
Yeah, that's right.
Then I suppose I've proven myself already, haven't I? If it's in the name of doing right, I will follow Cantarius. And I believe that you know what is right. You make your decision. And whatever happens, the spirit or whatever is out there, really. I think they'll smile upon that.
First. Yeah, put a scoop of dry food and
Consequences be forsaken.
stuff.
I look at Nebo in the eye and I say,
I'm gonna blame you for this now.
no. I say, if this is truly the kingdom of God, then let's let him sort it out.
Kill them all, let God sort them out.
What'd you say?
Kill them all and let God sort them out.
That
That's
was
what Dell would say. Oh, God. Yeah, he nods.
All right, I walk
Yeah.
back out to the procession.
Yeah, so I think we montage the rest of the court proceedings. What is your final judgment of this?
I think to myself, okay, so it's for sure. There's no way he didn't do this, right?
No. It's really obvious.
But he is repentant.
Yep, he seems to be repentant.
Do I watch his eyes linger on any women? That's something I look for the entire time. Does his eyes ever linger on a woman, and he doesn't feel terrible for it?
His eyes are on the ground now, right now.
Okay.
Right? Like,
That'd be in a
yeah,
weird place to be looking at women when you're about to be hanged.
yeah, like he.
Well, exactly. That's
I think
why I'm looking
so.
for it.
Legitimately, I don't think he looks up at all during the entire proceedings. He's looking straight at the ground.
I stand up before the entire crowd. I stand back in the middle of the circle, and I put my hand on him, on his shoulder. And this is something that they always do is whoever's judging, and I'm not the only person who judges, but whoever's judging, they always put their hand on the person. Because it is a person, and then they have to feel that this is a person. They can't escape that fact.
I think Ned Stark, one who passes the judge, swings a sword.
What?
Know that reference?
What?
Thrones reference. Never mind.
Okay. All right. Anyway, no. So I put my hand on him and I say, "There are those of us here that would be greatly wounded by this man's death. As much as I have sought justice to prevail in this city, and I know that has done a great deal of good for you to see the consequences of your actions and to have peace with it. But there are those here. There are those here who will be affected greatly in a negative way by this man's death. Those whose lives would never be the same." And I look for the girl in the crowd, and I try to make eye contact with her.
She sees you.
Is a life worth a death? I think not. And I say, okay, I correct that statement. Is an entire life worth a death? I think not. This man will be my servant. my slave for as long as he lives. That is his punishment.
Yeah, and Nadimo says,
And castration, obviously. Yeah, that was a given.
legitimately?
All of your
yeah.
servants are eunuchs, and now we just find out.
Yeah, but they already know that. They already know that in any case of rape,
It's
that is
automatically
for sure decided.
if
if
it's
they don't
proven,
die, it's yeah.
yeah, if it's
And this
proven
is-
that
this is the
they
whole-
did it.
This is an open and shut case. Like, there's no way that they're wrong here, right?
I mean, it's not like it's not impossible, but like enough people have saw it, and like immediately after, like the 3 soldiers who like were direct witnesses, they like there was enough commotion that happened around that people knew that something happened, and maybe got a few words from the soldiers who saw it, and so it seems pretty obvious.
Unless they're going to invent the DNA rape kit test in the next couple of minutes, I think you're probably pretty solid.
Yeah, and the man,
Basically admitted it.
yeah. Not only did he admit it, but he feels terrible about it right now, which is good.
He seems to, yeah.
And I also mentioned that to the crowd of like, this man is repentant. He is, and I tell them he has not even once looked up from the ground. He knows what he has done.
He puts his hands on his head when you say that.
Cantarius is almost crying. I redeemed this man. Are there any here against it? Speak now.
And almost self-conscious, like subconsciously, Connor, Cantarius's eyes go to Iris in the crowd. You find him out because he would be the one, or people like him, who would speak out against anything that you said, and they have in the past. And so Iris meets your gaze, and he just...
My eyes plead with him.
Yeah, he just shakes his head and closes his eyes like, no, like, I get you. Like, he doesn't necessarily, like, disagree with this.
Right.
Now you got Iris agreeing with you. You must have done something wrong.
Precedent, if you're going to rebel against somebody, you want to make sure they're merciful first.
Fair.
So does anybody speak out against it?
Mm-mm.
And I make sure to specify of like, you know that I would hear you if you did.
Some of the strong people, like, kind of, like, grumble. You hear, like, a slight grumble in the crowd. Like, yeah, whatever. Like, there have been times before where they've spoken out and you have absolutely not, like, done anything about it. Or in their mind, at least, you know.
No, I was about to say, I'd absolutely...
No, like, in their mind, right? Like, there's no...
Didn't do what they wanted.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I have the men take him away.
Mysterious
yeah,
green smoke.
No.
Yeah, and it's about that time, Connor, Cantarius, that I think Nadimo starts to like say like the last words of the court proceeding, like the ritual last words of like, you know, this is the proclamation the appointed one has made. Let it be so. And the words die on his lips as he like looks into the crowd and he says, Cantarius, because he's like standing next to you, and you look, and there is green smoke in the crowd. And on that, let's take another quick short break.
And
This is
then
right
we
back.
cut to
Absolute
Caspian and
chaos.
Josh.
Yeah, we'll be right back with more Burning Wheel right after this.